I'm gonna read your mind. You woke up today thinking, you know what? It's time to finally make some money off of this influence that I've built on the internet. Am I right? Well, it's a good thing because I've got 10 brands that you can pitch to finally make your wildest sponsorship dreams come true. So the first brand that you should pitch in January is Glassdoor. They hired a linked influencer named Goldie Chan, who is now also one of their work-life pros. What is a work-life pro? Well, let's actually go and take a look at this link here, and wow, looks like Glassdoor has this new almost like social network, and Goldie is creating content to live on the brand's platform. So looks like this is a priority for Glassdoor. You better reach out and pitch this. And oh, by the way, the content that you create on your platforms is more like a shout out, right? You can even use this tactic when you're pitching other brands. So the next brand that you should pitch in January is Wayfair. They hired creators Beauty and the Beastons to do a backyard makeover last April. And you might be thinking, Justin, hold on a second, we're in January. This video was in April. Well, of course, big brands like Wayfair often plan their marketing campaigns many months in advance. So now is the time to reach out about this spring/summer campaign. And in fact, if you look at the link in the description box, it leads us to this landing page that says all things outdoor. And you better believe that Wayfair has a version of this landing page for every season. So you better reach out and say, hey, are you going to be running that outdoor campaign again this year? So the next brand that you should pitch in January is Liquid IV. They hired a creator named Part-Time Mixologist who loves using Liquid IV during the holiday season. But we're not pitching a holiday campaign. Remember, I'm going to click on Liquid IV. I want to look at their Instagram. I want to see what they care about. First thing I see is their Instagram story highlight shelf. And oh, wow, this caught my eye. #LiveFest. There's a Ferris wheel. Maybe this is Coachella. I don't know. Let's click on it. Sure enough, who's headed to the desert this weekend? Looks like Coachella, right? And they're actually hiring creators to talk about this. So it seems like this is a consumer segment that they care about. And you know what? I did a little bit more sleuthing. They actually had a press release all about the fact that, hey, festival season debut, we're sponsoring all these things. So if you feature festivals or concerts in your content, or you're a lifestyle creator, travel creator, it is a fairly safe inference that this is something Liquid IV cares about. And guess what? They probably have marketing budget allocated to this. So the next brand that you should pitch in January is Huel. They partnered with a newsletter, Thrive25. If you're a YouTuber, TikTok, or Instagram, or watching this, you're probably thinking, newsletter? I can get sponsorships on a newsletter? Oh, baby. Yes, you can. Where have you been? Okay. But I wanted to just call out this visual, that like the photo here. And you know what probably would have been better? It probably would have been better if I run this Thrive25 newsletter and people know what I look like. I would probably take a picture with the product, with the sponsor's product, with my Huel thermos or the, the little, packet of it or something like that. You think that's going to increase conversion? You think people are going to actually like stop the scroll when they see my face there? Yes, they are. And you know what? A sponsor like Huel, who I know, sponsors tons and tons of newsletters, podcasts, etc. They're spending hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars a month, probably. And so if you're the creator that's going the extra distance and, personalizing your sponsor copy, taking an extra 5 minutes to film a little video about how much you love the product, even though you're not contractually obligated to do that, you're going to differentiate yourself to that sponsor. And you know what? They're probably going to want to renew with you. Real quickly, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, myself. Justin, thank you for sponsoring your own video. What a legend you are. And you know what I'm sponsoring myself with today? It's my book. It's my freaking book that is coming out on January 21st, 2025. There are so many reasons why I am stoked out of my mind for this book to finally be in your hands. And of course, you can pre-order it right now at sponsormagnet.com. But one thing that you will see at the top of this site is the 10K copies challenge. What the heck is the 10K copies challenge? I'm so glad you asked. Well, if you click this, you can see that every time we hit a book milestone before April 21st, 2025, everyone who orders, pre-orders and orders, will unlock a new bonus. So once we hit 1,000 copies sold, I'm going to send everyone a secret video, which is how I responded to a brand that rejected my pitch. I'm going to say, hey, do this instead of getting mad or insulted. When we get to 3,000 copies, I am going to be hosting a private live pricing workshop. So you never wonder, how much should I charge, Justin? again. If we hit 5,000 copies, I'm going to be doing a private live brand contact hunting workshop where you drop it in the Zoom chat and you're like, this is my dream brand. And I'm going to say, hey, okay, I'm going to do my research. And you know what? Here's the likely LinkedIn contact. And here is their email address. This is who you should send this to. When we hit 8,000 copies, I'm going to be doing a private live negotiation role play workshop. This is the one I'm excited about the most. So I'm going to pretend to be the brand and I'm just going to throw curveballs at you, right? We're on a call, right? I'm going to help make you better on your feet. Are you excited for this one? Holy cow. And you know what? You know what's going to happen when we hit 10,000 copies of Sponsor Magnet sold? I'm going to give all 10,000 people free access to my gifted to paid course. This previously retailed for $500, and this will help you learn how to turn free product offers from brands into paid partnerships. I'm probably out of my mind for doing this, but honestly, I'm just so excited for this book to impact creators, influencers, business owners. It would mean the world to me if you pre-ordered the book, sponsormagnet.com. We're at 558 books sold. You can see the real-time counter right there. So if you want to see that thing tick up 1 or maybe 5 or 100, my friend Jay just bought 100 books. What? Would mean the world to me. SponsorMagnet.com. So the next brand that you should pitch in January is Kohl's. They hired a creator named Alexandra Buter to talk about anything in their home category. You might be thinking, that's odd. Why is she allowed to just basically pick any product? See, brands do this a lot, especially for seasonal campaigns. They just want people to know that they have a wide assortment of products in that particular category. Just like in Wayfair, we talked about before with their outdoor section. Well, 7 months ago when Alexandra did this integration, the priority for Kohl's was stuff in the home. So when you reach out to Kohl's, depending on what time of the year it is, go back and do your research and see what does it seem like their focus on, which department at which time. So the next brand that you should pitch in January is Mana Hydration. They hired a creator named Lex De La Rosa to use some of their top products in a recipe. So I'm going to click on Mana Hydration's Instagram. I want to see what they care about. The first thing that I see is, they've got a rewards program. Let's take a look at this. Oh, posted 7 weeks ago. Seems like a relatively new thing. Let's actually go and okay, so there's all sorts of information about this. We can click sign up now. So let's go to their website. Okay, here we go. Earn and redeem. Unlock VIP benefits, exclusive rewards. Wow. I wonder if they've ever collaborated with a creator specifically to spread the word about their rewards program. That's an interesting pitch. You know what? Let's just go one layer deeper here. It says on the bottom here, powered by Redeem. So this is probably the software that allows you to do this. So here we go. I Googled it and Redeem. The future of loyalty is here. Wow, you could potentially pitch this to a different brand. You could say, hey, it doesn't seem like, based on my sleuthing, it doesn't seem like you have a loyalty program. I could actually help you create this. You might be sitting here thinking, Justin, I'm a creator. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a TikToker. I'm a newsletter operator. I don't know anything about this type of thing. Educate yourself. Schedule a call. Get a demo. Say that, tell them that you're a consultant and you collaborate with brands. And you know how much a brand would pay you potentially to stand up a rewards program, a loyalty program for them? I say this all the time. You're not just a creator. You're a consultant. So the next brand that you should pitch in January is Kenneth Cole. I love this one because the first thing that I did is I went and I took a look at Kenneth Cole's TikTok handle, their actual account, and I noticed that one of their most recent posts was from Emily Cole, who is their women's creative director. They even tagged her. Oh, interesting. Well, first of all, this only has 12 likes. No comments. That's interesting. Okay, this was 6 days ago. Then we're going to go on Emily's account. She only has 20 followers, no bio yet. She only posted 1 video. So it seems like there may be an initiative internally to actually lift up some of their employees at the company. You've seen this work, especially on platforms like TikTok, where it's like, oh, I'm the creative director at this brand. And it's like, follow me along, rather than it being just from the brand's account. It's actually from an employee's account. And sometimes content on there can perform way better. So what if you reach out to Emily and say, hey, Emily, I would love to be your TikTok strategist. I noticed that it seems like you're just starting this out, and I have some really cool ideas for how we could blow up your account. Heck, I I could even, identify trending sounds for you and create a Slack room where I'm like, hey, Emily, go make a video real quick with this trending sound, or, go do this XYZ. It's going to be, $4,500 a month for me to be your extremely online consultant. What do you think? So the next brand that you should pitch in January is Particle. They hired my good buddy, Marketing Max, on LinkedIn to talk about how you can use their tool for market research and competitive research and things like that. This format of content does really, really well, where you start the video where it's like, direct to camera, hi, you should use this tool. And then you basically just like turn the camera and you're literally like showing your computer screen. You're not even doing a screen share. You're just like holding it up with your phone because this feels real. This feels raw. And so when you reach out to Particle, you could say, hey, I could create some more content like that. Or, hey, I've identified these other types of content buckets similar to this. Maybe it's the storytelling angle, like, this is why Particle was created and it's a story about the founder or whatever. There's all these like kind of formats that work really well, especially on short form content. And again, you could use this idea and pitch other brands too. You could say, hey, see this example of how Max collaborated with Particle? I would love to do a similar direct to cam, turn it on the computer screen for your brand. So the next brand that you should pitch in January is Perfect TED. They partnered with the Diary of a CEO podcast. And I wanted to just real quickly call out the YouTube version of this integration, where they have the URL on the screen and the promo code. Now, if you have a podcast, and especially a video podcast, this is a game changer to help improve conversions. You may not think that, may think this is so stupid and so simple, but especially if someone is watching this content and just reinforcing that URL and that promo code visually makes a huge difference. When I ran my influencer marketing agency, this was like an absolute must-have for anyone who did podcast advertising. They required this of all the creators that they hired to do this on the screen. Otherwise, they rejected the content because they've run a bunch of tests and know that you can actually you blow up conversions by doing something as simple as this. So again, we talk a lot about pitching, but we also talk a lot about optimization so you can improve those conversions. So the next brand that you should pitch in January is Mode Mobile. They hired another newsletter operator, The Average Joe. Are you sensing a theme here? I hope in the new year you're thinking, man, I should probably start a newsletter. So if you scroll down here and look at the integration here, so it says partnered with Mode Mobile. This tech company grew 32,000%. And interestingly, this very much looks kind of editorial. One thing that I found pretty fascinating about this is that there's multiple call to action links in this ad. So all of these links, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 links in here, and they all go to the same landing page here. And so what do you think is the reason that they're doing this? Well, it makes this integration look more editorial in nature. And so this is actually fascinating. Typically I recommend not having multiple links, like there's only one call to action link. But again, it's worth experimenting with, like, especially given the format of your content, especially if you're a newsletter, like mirroring the typical format so it's like familiar with readers can be a game changer. Have I turned you into a pitching machine? Well, good news, because I've got more brands for you to pitch right here.